Warning. The following video is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. It contains explicit language, graphic sexual content, edgy humor, dysfunctional behavior, and poor life choices. If you get offended easily, this ain't for you. FJT is about to cook. Enjoy.
What's going on? It's your boy Freaky Jersey Tales, back to tell you some more Freaky Jersey Tales. And it's still another day, another dollar we don't spend on these spicy Latinas. It's been a while since I made content, but I'm back. So I was telling someone this story the other day, and I'm actually surprised that I never told you guys this one because I told everybody and their mama this story. Well, you could say I told you guys bits and pieces of this story in other videos throughout the years, but I never told y'all the full story. And before I start, let me say this again for the new folks. I'm not a dating coach. I ain't no pickup artist. This ain't how to escape the bro zone. Under normal circumstances, if she don't want you, I'ma tell you move on, keep it pushing. So with that being said, let me tell you the time I got out of the bro zone with a slim, thick baddie. My guess is I was somewhere around 18 years old at the time. Now this girl, from top to bottom, was exactly my type. My long-term subscribers already know what I'm into, so no need to repeat myself. But even though I have a top preference, I've dated all shades, whether she was whiter than milk, darker than midnight, or everything in between. If she had certain physical features, rocks her own long natural hair, carries herself well, and got them XX chromosomes, I was down. And yeah, I gotta clarify that now because some folks don't even know what a woman is anymore. What is a woman? Anyway, I got a number. We talk a few times. I let her know I'm interested. She hits me with that, "Oh, I see you as a big brother." Boom. Straight to the bro zone. That rejection stung. I tried to play it cool, and I said, yeah, okay, little sis. But deep down, I was like, "Fuck!" So fast forward, it's a Friday night. She hits my phone. Big bro, come to Walmart." What? Walmart? Why? She says, oh, that Walmart is the same as the mall on Friday nights. Girls come here looking to get scooped up. At Walmart? Seriously? I'm thinking, when the hell did aisle 6 turn into speed dating? And she says, yeah, come down. I'm gonna hook you up with my friend. Oh, word? Is she fine? She describes her. And I'm saying, yo, that's exactly my type. Alright, say less, I'm on the way. I pull up to Walmart and I call her. Hey, where y'all at? She says, we walking outside right now. Alright, for sure. I park, hop up. I see them walking out, and I kid you not, both of them, stupid fine. Two short, slim, thick Latinas with long hair, dressed as if they knew they were FJT's fantasy. So, Nina runs up, hugs me, big bro, then introduces me to her friend. Then she hit me with, hey, okay, I'm gonna leave y'all alone now, I'll be back. So, I'm one-on-one with her friend. I say, nice to meet you. What's your name? Tiffany. I asked, where you from? Around the corner. This chick, not making eye contact, glued to her phone. She got the personality of an uncooked Brussels sprout. I'm over here trying to have a conversation and she's acting all passive aggressive. Then came the awkward silence. So I fell back and started also playing with my phone. Eventually, she goes, I'm going back inside. I said, yeah, you do that. So then I called Nina. She asked how it went. I said, yo, I'm out of here. Your friend Tiffany's got the attitude of a DMV worker on menopause. And she's saying, no, don't leave yet. Maybe she's just shy. I'm like, nah, she's obviously not interested. Then Nina begs me to come inside to walk around with her. As we walking around, next thing you know, she's going,
Hey, let's pretend to be a couple arguing.
What? Why? She goes, oh, it'll be fun. So now we fake beefing in Walmart. She starts yelling,
I hate you!
I go,
I'm sick of your shit. Fuck you!
now all eyes are on us. We got shoppers and employees looking at us. I don't recommend any of you to do this. As a man, if you fake argue with a woman, you could have a bunch of Captain Saber thoughts coming to the rescue. Afterwards, she's cracking up. And then she says with a twinkle in her eye,
Wow, I didn't know you were so much fun.
long story short, she asked me to drop her and Tiffany off at the movie theater down the street. Said her dad's waiting inside there. Cool, no problem. So Nina hops in the passenger seat. Tiffany sits in the back. We halfway there when Nina hits me with,
Hey, let me drive your car.
I said, nah. She starts begging over and over. I said, no, stop asking. Then she grabs my gear shift while I'm driving 40 miles per hour. She goes,
If you don't let me drive, I'm putting it in park. Yo, get your raggedy hands off my shit.
we start swerving across the road. I'm yelling and screaming. I didn't know if we were headed to the movie theaters or the afterlife. There was no shoulder I could pull off on, so I pull over onto the grass saying,
Get out, get the fuck out my car.
she goes,
No, let me drive.
and look, I'm not the type to put hands on a woman, but in that moment, I was feeling like Chris Brown in that Lambo in '09. Cause this chick went from sweet little sis to Lil Cartel real quick. Meanwhile, Tiffany in the back looking terrified, almost as if she was frozen. Eventually, I speed over to the theater and park in the lot. Tiffany jumped out and took off like a track star. She was like, I'm getting out of here. Now I'm still trying to get Nina out. I calm down and go, Nina, just get out. She sat there looking outside with her arms folded. She's silent for a couple of minutes. As I'm looking straight ahead, I hear Nina say my name.
Freaky.
I looked over and this chick has her pants down, eyes low, legs spread, biting her lip while fingering herself. In the movie theater parking lot. Look, I didn't need Google Translate. I understood the assignment. I know a mating ritual when I see one. So we moved to the back seat. I start fingering her, then she tops me off. She climbs on top, trying to ride, but I stop her. I'm thinking, hold up, do I got a condom? Pretty sure I did. I always stay strapped 97% of the time, but she didn't care. She moved my hand and sits down on it raw. And bruh, that shit felt so good, I started speaking in tongues. She's riding me up and down, back and forth, moaning. Joint was so wet, sounded like somebody mixed a potato salad with extra elbow grease, velocity, and veracity. She whispers,
Do you want me to stop?
I said, I do, but I don't, but I do, but I don't, but I do. Ah! Eventually I make her stop because I was about to skeet. It was too wet, too warm, and fertile up in there. I refused to get trapped by a potato salad chocha. And she's mad saying,
What the fuck? Why did you make me stop?
I said, I didn't want to, but I ain't trying to get you pregnant.
I don't care.
Keep in mind, y'all, this is our first night ever hanging out. Unlike a lot of dudes, I'm not here to front like I never made mistakes with women before. Whether I took a W or caught an L, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Too many content creators are scared to keep it real, worried the truth might mess up their online persona, or worried others will talk bad about them. So, yep, I'm gonna be real with y'all and tell y'all, we raw dogged on the first night hanging out. I highly don't recommend it. Take my screw ups as a learning lesson and always strap up. And yeah, I could have stopped her, I could have said something when she got on top and forced it in. But I didn't. I just let it happen. No excuses. I knew better. Most people do dinner dates the first night. Some people do Netflix and chill. My situation wasn't even Netflix and chill. It was more like movie theater parking lot and pray for me. So her dad calls. I hear him yelling in Spanish through the phone. Bro sounded like he was on his period. She responded and said something like, she basically lied and said she was somewhere else. Oh, her dad probably thinks she's a sweet little angel virgin that can't do any wrong. Not my daughter. My daughter's not like that, papi. I give her credit because she's a very good Latina. Get it? Latina. Then she mouths to me, I have to go. Pulls her pants up and sprints into the theater. I just sat there thinking, well, guess I ain't in the bro zone no more. Looking back, I think that shouting match in the car low-key turned on. I'm a chill dude. I don't even enjoy arguing. But after that first night, I was bragging at work, showing pictures of her. Oh, you bet I was. Some haters said they didn't believe me, and I probably pulled those pictures off Google. Woo, you could smell the jealousy in the room. Back then, I was on some young boyish, because nowadays I don't show receipts. So whether you believe me or not, I don't care anymore. I'm too grown for that high school validation BS. But I told them, alright, since y'all think I'm lying, if I bring her up here in person, then what? They got quiet and started stuttering, sound like they was speaking Yiddish. And yeah, I swear I never see her again after that confrontation. Yep, I saw that crazy bitch again. And again. And again. We weren't friends with benefits because we're not friends. And I don't want to say siblings with benefits because that sounds weird as fuck. So I'll say we were degenerates with benefits. I don't know. And if you ever hear a Latina call you big bro, it usually means she doesn't find you sexually attractive. But in rare cases like mine, it means you about the raw dog in the Regal Cinema's parking lot. But she hit me up every time her dad let her out the house, and she told me straight up, oh, my dad would never approve of me dating a guy like you. I asked, what kind of guy is that? She said, because I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. Shout out to the movie CB4. She told me her dad is a racist and would disown her if she ever dated a black guy. These are her words, not mine. And I get it. Some families don't approve of their kids dating outside their race because they don't want the bloodline mixed. So I said, oh, so your dad is Mel Gibson level racist, huh? Imagine if he found out what we were doing out here in secret.
My princessa, my daughter, you look like a bitch in heat. How dare my daughter go out there and get fucked by a pack of niggas?
I was definitely her dad's worst nightmare. The whole time he's worried about the future of the bloodline. Meanwhile, I'm in the backseat pummeling his daughter while discovering grade 8 chocha skin as if it's a rare Pokemon or something. We out here doing God's work. Ending racism one stroke at a time. And some people try to discourage me whenever I date outside my race. They say these girls don't really rock with me and just use me for a fantasy. Hey, they might be right. Sometimes. And the people who usually say this are usually disciples of Dr. Umar saying, FJT, you know when you date outside, they are not taking you seriously. She would never bring you home to meet her family, my brother. You must understand the spiritual implications of this decision. When you lay down with outsiders, you lay down with the legacy of colonization. This is why you will never be conscious. You are surrendering the revolution for non-melanated cheeks, my brother. Hold up. You telling me I don't gotta meet her family? Don't have to wine and dine her? No digital donations and I still get thrown in box? Beautiful. Look, I'm not a liberal by any stretch of the imagination, but that sounds like reparations to me, my brother. I ain't trying to meet her abuela or her racist uncles. I came to fornicate and go. I'm just here to stick my beef inside of empanadas. Sound like a fair transaction to me. I'm getting what I want, and she's getting what she wants, so what's the problem, my brother? But I digress. So, little Miss Manita would tell her dad she's going for a 15-minute walk. That's when she'll call me up for a quickie. So, I pick her up around the corner from her crib. Then we drive into the cut, parking between two random houses so we could do our thing. And I was always up. No need for male enhancement pills or honey packs. And afterwards, I sent her along her merry way. And she told me when she walked back in her house, her dad would say, "Why you smiling so hard?" Man, if he only knew. I remember one time we about to meet up, and she hit me and said, "Hey, I'm on my period." I said, "Your mouth still works, don't it?" She said, "So what you trying to do?" Told her I'm trying to get my dick sucked. So I drove over there and she hopped in. Another thing about this chick, she would always complain to me saying, "Ooh, I look a hot mess. I don't have on nice clothes and I didn't do my makeup." I said, who the hell cares? Because me, myself, I was dressed like I finished breaking ankles at a local pickup game. I don't know, I probably showed up in some old sweatpants, old basketball shoes, a black do-rag. I was out there looking like a whole Def Jam Vendetta character. The fuck? This ain't no damn fashion show. I'm trying to get my dick sucked. So she says,
Start driving. I'm going to suck it.
I said, whoa, hold on, wait a minute. Yo, you know how dangerous that is? Alright, fuck it, I'm down. Let's get to it. As I'm driving, she pulls out my meat stick and starts slobbing and gobbling. She told me not to coom in her mouth. As she's doing it, I'm kind of swerving a bit. I'm trying to concentrate on driving normal, but it's hard because I'm used to laying my head back with my eyes closed while I'm getting my dick sucked. Sometimes she would use her left hand, sometimes the right hand. She would go from orthodox to southpaw. I'm like, oh shit, little Manita's ambidextrous. She was giving big bro that huck to her. Oh, that girl was bilingual with the spit. So then she stops because I pre-came in her mouth. Y'all gonna think I'm lying when I say this, but this is 100% true. And she says, "Why does your nut taste like Swedish fish?" My bad, I ain't do it on purpose. Man, y'all ever pre-cum and didn't even feel it at all? Sometimes the troops just start deploying early. My nuts went blam, my gun don't jam. So, from then on out, whenever we linked up, she keeps talking about how ugly her attire is. Listen, girl, if you fine as hell, got no STDs, no STIs, clean, have good hygiene, and when it comes to just clapping cheeks, I don't care if your outfit came from the 2 for $5 rack at the flea market. I don't care if you walked in wearing a plastic bag from the Dollar Tree. It doesn't matter because your clothes are coming off anyway. All I want to know is we fucking or not. Because y'all already know, when my thing gets hard, mi salchicha no discrimina cuando se trata de una latina. Ya mean? And if you're lucky, she'll even speak Spanish to you during sex. Nowadays, I can speak Spanish, but back then I didn't speak Spanish because sometimes when we got down, she would say, and later she told me that it translates to, "You're so great in the sack, you're the best." Sometimes I may have been a little much for her because when I go deep, her neck starts twitching like it got mild Tourette's in it. And sometimes she was going, yes, deeper, big bro. I told her, yo, you can stop calling me bro when we get down. It's kind of weird. And every time we finish, the windows were foggier than a hookah lounge. Real talk. But later on in life, I tried to sell that car, right? And I was hoping and praying that the dealer wouldn't ask about the stains in the back seat because that back seat had more stains than a trap house couch. Then one day after our session, Nina says, I want to introduce you to my friend. For what? Nah, I gotta go. I just put in mad work. I don't need no introductions. I need some electrolytes. But then I started thinking with the wrong head, saying to myself, this could be a potential tag team threesome situation. You know what? I could add her to the roster. Yeah. Let me meet her. So her friend pulls up. She pulls up on the bike. And this John looked like my homie Petey Pablo with a crop top and house slippers. I was like, North Carolina, come on, raise up, take your shirt off. Just not over here. Ooh, we could pass that one down to the homies with no standards. Somebody gotta take one for the team. She over there looking like, who am I? Petey Pop, motherfucker! I know I'm not the best looking man in the world, but this chick made my old target practice look like Victoria's Secret angels. Then Nina gets out my car and says, this is my big brother. I love him so much. Then she tells me to get out the car. I said, nah, I'm chilling. She goes full psycho. Get out the fucking car. Yo, who the fuck you think you talking to? She goes, you. So I dipped. I looked in the rearview mirror and she's smiling. She think I'm coming back. The further I drove, the more her smile turned into a frown. As soon as I hit the first corner, my phone started blowing up. I turned it off, drove home. 30 minutes later, I turned it back on. Bam, another call is already coming through, instantly. I answered, and she's yelling, fuck you! You embarrassed me in front of my friend! I said, Nina, you need to learn how to talk to people with respect. Then I hung up. So I cut her off and I moved on. She was no more use to me. Now, I tried explaining this to other dudes, but they just don't get it. Because in their minds, I should still be clapping cheeks or put a ring on it just off her looks alone. They was like, bro, she's a baddie. That's wifey material. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. How many times I gotta tell y'all, she's a test drive, not a down payment. Yeah, it's true. She's a baddie, in my opinion. And in most other guys' opinions too. She's exactly my type in the looks department. Definitely my type in the body department. But she's not my type in the personality department. Because she had the emotional stability of a rabid raccoon on bath salts. So to me, it just wasn't worth it anymore. That whole psychopathic sex gets old eventually. The dopamine dried up. The oxytocin faded. It was the equivalent of a lifetime free trial, and I still unsubscribed. Because I already got what I came for. Literally. I already skeeted my nuts. What more do I need? So yeah, I was done with her. When one chapter closes, another pair of legs opens. Then I started dating this new white chick named Chelsea. Cute, slim, thick, my type and everything. She even asked me to come to our high school prom, which is a whole nother story I'll tell y'all about in the future because I've been on multiple proms with different girls. We agreed to meet at the mall for a little date night, and we agreed that we would meet in front of the arcade. Park my car, walk inside. Take a wild guess who I ran into of all people at the entryway. Yep, you guessed it. It's freaking Nina. What are the odds? What are the odds? She's like, freaky! She ran up, gave me a hug saying, oh my God, I miss you. What are you doing here? Then she flipped. I can't believe you cut me off. You don't call me anymore. I ain't really want to talk, so I made small talk with her, then cut the conversation short, and I said, all right, whatever, take care. Then I met up with Chelsea in front of the arcade, walked up, gave her a hug. She's saying, damn, you look so good. I said, thanks, you do too. We walked around the mall and talking and flirting and getting a little touchy-feely. We decided to go upstairs, walk towards the food court, and out of the blue, guess who comes walking up on my left side? Yep, you guessed it. It's freaking Nina. And she's loud as hell making a scene.
Oh, hi, FJT. So who's this? So is this your girlfriend?
During that moment, I was stunned and speechless. I didn't know what to say. Nina is on my left and Chelsea is to my right. Then she goes,
So who's this? Is this your girlfriend? Huh? So is this who you left me for? You know, I look way better than her, and you chose this bitch over me?
As we're walking, I started nudging her away, telling her to leave.
Oh, really? It's like that? So you want me to leave? Huh? You want me to leave?
I turned to her.
Yes! Leave me the fuck alone!
And she's going,
Okay. Okay, fine.
and then she walks away. When I looked at Chelsea, her face was beet red. And she's like,
Who the fuck was this bitch? I was about to punch her in her fucking face.
I just told Chelsea, I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna lie, I thought Chelsea was gonna leave me after that situation. But I think the competition low-key turned her on because she stuck around. So we continued to hang out for a little bit, and eventually me and Chelsea went our separate ways. I hopped in my car, I started driving home. I hear my phone ringing. Looked on the screen, and it's Nina. At first I told myself, man, I'm not picking up. You know what? I am gonna pick it up. Hello?
Wow, really? So this is the bitch you left me for? This bitch is so fucking ugly. I can't believe you left me for a white girl. She looks like a fucking bulldog. I look way better than her. I can't believe you fucking embarrassed me like that in front of all those people.
I said, nobody told you to come up and start your nonsense. She didn't want to hear what I had to say, so she hung up on me. So I go back to my normal life, and me and Chelsea still talk every day. And not too long after that situation, I went back to work. It was probably a Friday or Saturday night. And out of all people, who the hell do I see walking through the front door? Yep, it's freaking Nina, and I'm livid. She looks directly at me, waves with a smile, and I could read her lips from the distance of her saying, Freaky! And she came inside with another man. She comes up to me as I'm working going,
Big bro, I miss you so much. Hey, this is my new boyfriend. Yeah, remember when you embarrassed me in the mall in front of that ugly bitch? Well, that was actually a good thing you did that because that's how I met him. I was by the vending machine crying and he came up to me and asked me what's wrong and asked for my number. So thanks to you, I met him.
I'm like, why are you here? Why are you doing this? And she goes,
Oh, I didn't know you were going to be here today.
bullshit. I told her leave, go on about your business. So they left. What a fucking bitch. You know, Lil Manita wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed because she had the looks of a swimsuit cover model, but the mind of a short butt shawty. You know how after a dude gets out of a situation with a chick, whether it was a breakup or she ghosted him, dudes start going off complaining how much money they wasted and how they spend a bunch of cash on the food, gifts, flights. But me, I didn't even take her out, no dinners, no flights. I didn't buy her nothing. And after all that, I still want a refund. So after going through all this craziness, I never really interacted with her anymore. The only other times I spoke with her was maybe years later when she randomly hit me up and tried to hook me up with one of her friends. But that's a whole nother story. It's been a long time since I've seen or interacted with her. So nowadays, when a girl says to me, "You're a good friend, I look at you as my brother," I say, okay, we'll see. Because I ran through so-called female friends, associates, so-called play sisters, so-called female best friends, language partners, female co-workers, sugar mamas, you name it, I done it. Facts. Didn't have to wait around for years like many other guys do, because in most cases, it was smooth, easy, and expeditiously. That was one of the weirdest situationships, or should I say that was one of the weirdest situationships I've ever had. She was one of the most respectfully disrespectful people I've ever met in my entire life. I told this exact story to a chick recently and she was cracking up, joking around saying, "Oh, so if y'all had a baby together, would the baby call you uncle or would it call you dad?" Both. Call me Uncle Dad. Imagine a kid at the school doing show and tell like,
Hey everybody, look, that's my Uncle Dad.
Many dudes always ask me, "Yo, FJT, is it true the Latinas stay wet?" I can't speak for all of them, but based on my field research, not 100%, but most Latina experiments confirm the chocha does indeed stay moist. So if you're battling demons, forget therapy, just get yourself a Latina that knows how to suck the soul out of you. Fucking exorcism. Appreciate y'all for watching. It's Freaky Jersey Tales in this bitch. We out.